Hi, I'm Bryan McWhorter with Black Belt Lean Thinking. There have been experiments where people have been placed in a desert and told to go 3 miles in a certain direction. And in every case, unless they have a compass or something to go by, they end up walking in a circle. That experiment's been duplicated in forests, same thing. We always need to know what our goal is, what our vision is, and what we're heading towards. And we have to know, are we in the right direction? We've got to have really clear targets along the way. In any organization, the first thing that needs to happen is you really have to have a clear vision. In lean terms, it would be called a concept called Hoshin Conry, or Hoshin Planning, basically policy deployment. Making sure in your organization that at each level, everyone knows what that main goal is. How can you get behind something where you don't really know what the direction of the company is? So when setting up a lean culture, really that needs to be the first part. Again, lean doesn't set goals, it helps you achieve those goals. So I want to show you a video clip where John F. Kennedy is giving a classic example of Hoshin.
But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too. If we shall send to the moon 240,000 miles away from the control station in Houston, a giant rocket more than 300 feet tall, the length of this football field, made of new metal alloys, some of which have not yet been invented, capable of standing heat and stresses several times more than have ever been experienced, fitted together with a precision better than the finest watch, carrying all the equipment needed for propulsion, guidance, control, communications, food, and survival, on an untried mission to an unknown celestial body, and then return it safely to Earth, re-entering the atmosphere at speeds of over 25,000 miles per hour, causing heat about half that on the temperature of the sun, almost as hot as it is here today, and do all this, and do all this, and do it right, and do it first before this decade is out, then we must be bold.
Wow, what an amazing and inspiring speech. That is a classic example of Hoshin. Not only was there a vision, but it was a very clear vision. It was time-bound. He said by the end of the decade, we're going to be the first to put a man on the moon. Talk about really setting the goal out there. If that were a corporate environment, I could see the people with him cringing, going, did he just say that we're going to be the first to put a man on the moon? Remember, then the Soviets were ahead of the space race. Most of our rockets were exploding on the launch pad. But he has us as being the first to get there. You know, in corporate world, you'd go, well, you know, let's do some benchmarking. We'll send some people over to Russia and we'll look at what they got going on. But no, he had a vision, and again, everyone got excited about it. Really, that's the way the vision for the business should be. Remember, these people spend 8 hours a day, usually at least, working in that work environment. They want to be excited. We want to be excited about what we're doing. We want to be part of something good, part of something great. So it doesn't matter if it's a hospital, manufacturing environment, chiropractic center, whatever. Be clear with your goals, what your objectives are. Okay, so there are 7 steps to setting up Hoshin. That first step is establishing that vision. Again, what is it that we're going to do, and getting everybody excited about being part of that team. That circle of safety I've mentioned in other videos is around the entire organization. We want everybody involved in this. Establish our breakthrough objectives. Like John F. Kennedy mentioned with creating the rocket and the building that houses the rocket and all the things that have to happen. What has to happen to meet that vision? You know, if we were running a marathon, maybe that first objective would be to run 10 miles, to run 15 miles. You know, all the things to build up to that 26 miles. You know, annual objectives. time bound. So at what point are we going to be at what level? There should be dialogue with these first three with the organization itself. So that, again, they're not kept in the dark. There's something called a catch ball where they're throwing information down and they're giving them the feedback. So again, you want to push down the decision making as low as possible and empower these people. You don't want to come up with your vision and with them all in the dark and say, hey, here's what we're going to do and here's what you have to do. Remember, they want to be a part of this. So let them know what the dream is early on and get that dialogue going. They should be the ones helping to establish what those objectives are and how we're going to get to them. Now, as we're walking our way down through, now we're at the implementation phase. So these, you've got the brainstorming, the setting it up, and then the actual deploying of it. Where now we're implementing it. At this point, we need a good review process. Imagine a person in the hospital in an intensive care unit. You don't want the doctor or nurse coming by every 24 hours and checking on them. If they're in a critical condition, you want to feedback immediately. They probably have a monitor on them, recording their heart rate and oxygen level and things like that all the time. You need good feedback on what's going on in the organization. With our cells, you can measure regularly your blood cholesterol levels, body mass index, things like that, or you can wait till you have a heart attack. Better to be proactive and set up good reviews, good systems where you can monitor. Again, if this were, say, a basketball team, these are the 5 players on the court. They need to continuously be able to see that scoreboard. And these people have to support what they're doing on the floor. Again, they have to be empowered. He can't see that he's got a chance at a three-pointer but go, you know what, I got to stop and ask permission first. No, he's got to be free to shoot. Remember, when the points are on that scoreboard, those are trailing indicators. It's too late. That's why, again, they have to be empowered to make decisions. What's going on in the court, those are the leading indicators. By the time the points go on the scoreboard, again, it's too late. They've got to be empowered to do what they need to do at the moment they need to do it. So again, we've established the vision, we've put down the objectives. The bottom part, we've got those reviews in place to where we've got our scoreboard, they can see what's happening and can immediately make adjustments as they need to support that vision, that goal of the business. Hopefully that helps you. There's a lot of good information. You can Google Hoshin Planning. There's a lot of good stuff out there. I will continue to give the bits of information I know. I will continue to put videos up of different topics on lean. I think all businesses should have some type of a continuous improvement activity that they have going on. If not, you're missing out on opportunities, and there's money on the table that you can get hold of. Remember, my website is Black Belt Lean Thinking. If you ask questions on it, you send comments, I will answer them as quickly as possible. I don't use the website to sell anything. I think, again, this is information that every business should have. So I'll do my best to give that information out. Again, I've got thousands of hours in experience in actually using lean tools. So again, I'm glad to give that information away and hopefully help strengthen your business. Thank you.